Today I feel the need to start talking again about the thoughts that I've been having here and there, and I will try to put them out there more often. But anyway, I was struck today by what the local it's not a transportation department, but the transportation company that owns the SkyTrain here in Thailand or Bangkok is implementing. And they are implementing a system to keep track of people who basically through their ID and through their phone numbers who travel on their SkyTrain system. So I feel that this is actually sort of an insidious way for companies to gain additional power over what they already have. So here in Thailand, the government, the city itself has really bad traffic, and people are always tempted to pay a lot more money to use the SkyTrain system to bypass this traffic. And so it's almost a necessity sometimes to be able to use the SkyTrain system here. And there are private companies such as this, it's called BTS, that are taking advantage of it even more by collecting people's data when they purchase or refill more money onto their SkyTrain cards. So they are actually trying to get more information about where everybody's traveling around the city, and perhaps about where everyone lives as well. But it's not a government system. It's actually a private system. So that means the private sector is collecting people's data more on top of what they are already doing. Because of what I know about corruption around the world, especially within the United States, but also that emanated from multinational corporations that had gotten into like various countries around the world, I realize that we have to be careful, because there is a darkness that pervades this world. Basically, there's a darkness that people do not yet, actually they cannot grasp, they cannot put a hold around it. They cannot grasp it in their hands or in their minds, in fact. But it's definitely out there. And you could see allusions to this fact in various movies and in various novels and stories that, especially the Hollywood blockbuster movies, there are so many of them as well. So I just think that you should know about this, and that this darkness will try to envelop people as the technology improves, because it doesn't want to see people free. It doesn't want to see people free. It wants to enslave people or keep people enslaved, because we are enslaved in their system right now. However, more and more people are awakening. So there is a meme out there called the Great Awakening. I want you to look that up as well. But we need to become aware of what's going on, because if we allow them to insidiously take control of our lives more and more, we will, in the end, suffer for it and probably die in many ways for it. So Thailand is already implementing more and more of a identification system for use of public transportation. But I also see that many other countries are doing something similar, such as China and India, very big, large countries. The United States is trying to go completely cashless as well. So whenever we go cashless, the information gets into some sort of electronic system and is therefore in the database somewhere. And that can be used for you or against you. And from what I know now, the forces of darkness are actually quite pervasive, but they are hidden, basically like shadows. In any, in the city, you can see that there are shadows everywhere, right? See the shadows? The sunlight's right there, but we're not always in the sunlight all the time. There's shadows everywhere. So anyway, in the darkness, there exists, and you could say evil. So because evil exists because of darkness. Darkness is the absence of the light of, in many ways, the light of truth, especially. So I think that it would be good to research this if you can, but beware of the future. Do not allow people to take advantage of you by collecting data everywhere you go. Do your best to fight against it in your own ways, and do your best to try to disseminate information like this and to seek the truth out on your own. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you later.